chair of the Art in Public Places program, which is a Medfield Foundation initiative.
Jeanette Hasapitas, I'm Service Unit Manager for the Medfield Girl Scouts.
And I am Catherine Lyons. I am the Service Coordinator for the Older Scout Troop 74900. And I was approached by Jean to have the Girl Scouts help out with her latest outdoor art exhibit. Is that the right way to put it, Jean?
Yes.
Which will be installed up at the Medfield State Hospital in the spring. And it is called Thistle.
Thistle, right. So this is, the idea is that there'll be 42 of these installed on 42 different trees. So one per each tree. They've all been measured specifically for a specific tree. And most of them have over 1,000 of these cable ties that'll be attached, some 1,500. And then they'll get attached to the tree. They don't actually attach to the tree, but they're attached around the tree. So the trees aren't harmed in any way. And the idea or the concept behind this is really to celebrate a couple of things. One, to celebrate the trees. This is actually a mini arboretum up at the State Hospital. But we also wanted to celebrate and acknowledge this milestone in our community, which is the purchase of the State Hospital property. So it's a way to start to reimagine the future of the hospital, because we're at a point now where we're starting to talk about what the development will be. And we're kind of putting, in some ways, a history of it as a mental institution behind us and reimagining a more creative and more inviting future. And so the thistles will be installed along the trees along Hospital Road, and there'll be several more within the property but visible from the road. So if you can imagine that front lawn area, they'll all be installed at some point around that lawn, not farther in the property, but it's a way to invite people to come and explore the property. I've certainly heard from many of my friends who still have apprehensions about even visiting that property, but it's really magnificent, and we have an incredible opportunity. So this is a way to begin that conversation. And I'm so grateful that the Girl Scouts are here to help, saving the day, because there's a lot of work. Yeah.
And we were actually really excited to help out, because I think, one of the things that Girl Scouts like to do is service and to help out. And, I personally took one of the tours that were offered at the Medfield State property. And I think there's still a lot of people that don't know a lot about the hospital property. Certainly, I don't think a lot of the kids in town know the history of the hospital or have been up on the property. And I thought this was a great creative way for kids to start thinking about the State Hospital property, to put a little stamp on something that might get them up there on the property, walking around and taking a look at it, certainly in a new way. So it's a fun, creative, definitely creative process.
And there'll be a dedication too, right, Jean?
Right. So Saturday, May 16th is when we'll be looking to have a public reception. The artists will be present. Each thistle is tagged to a specific tree, and we're recording who is working on which one. So the girls, anybody in the community that wants to help work on one, will actually be able to follow their thistle through the installation and find it once it's installed up there.
And they'll find their tree.
They'll find their tree. Yeah.
We have a scout dad here today who's actually talking to the girls about the different trees that are up there on the property, talking to the girls about trees in general, helping them earn tree badges that are part of the different levels of scouting. So we're trying to make a whole day of the Thistle project and bringing in a lot of different opportunities for them.
And this was brought to the girls. I mean, the girls decided to do this project. The older scouts have a court of honor, right?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that process of?
Yes, so in the older scout troop, there is a court of honor where the girls take on leadership opportunities, and they make decisions about what they want to do or not do. And so we asked them if they wanted to take part in this project, and they did. And the 10th grade patrol took on the organization of today, reaching out to different groups in town, the Medfield State Reuse Committee, the Garden Club, different groups, extended the Cultural Council offered up invitations for them to come and participate today. And so they really spearheaded the organization from the Girl Scout perspective of today. So there's a lot of components, not just the actual tying of the
Cable ties.
cable ties. Thank you. But all the leadership part behind it to make today work.
And we're bringing together Girl Scouts from grade 1 through grade 12.
Yes.
So it's a great project for the sisters to work together as well and get to interact a little bit with the different scout levels.
That's great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
My name is Catherine Evans. I live in Maynard, Massachusetts. I have a studio at Art Space Maynard. I'm the artist connected to this program. My installation is called Thistle, and it started in 2011 for a program called Art in the Park in Worcester. Worcester had just lost thousands and thousands of trees through the Asian long-haired beetle, and I wanted to do something with trees to make them feel kind of celebratory and special. So I thought of a color and I thought of a shape, and these to me were kind of a really kind of party pink tutu kind of feeling. And so I applied and I got 9 trees, so I had 9 trees. And it was interesting because people were approaching me when I was putting them up because they were afraid that it meant the trees were marked to be cut down. So it opened up this really big dialogue with the people of Worcester and me about how important trees were to them and how they really felt about the devastation. And so that, and visually just seeing them together, it's almost like when you see a bunch of these together on trees that they're kind of, it's almost like dancing. It's kind of like a celebration. They're speaking to each other. And it really is a very kind of effective color, because whether it's in the snow or the winter or the fall, it does show, and it's kind of a real color but not a real color, but it's a very happy color. I've done several of these installations. I have one right now at the University of New Hampshire of 23 trees. This is the biggest I'm going to do. This is 43 trees. And this is the first time that I've done it with community and having other people doing it, so it's fun. It's fun. They'll go up in May, and I guess they're coming down in October and November.
Thank you. Production support provided by Medfield.tv. Access to our community.